Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ango, and today we got a big news story. WWE Talent has been fired. We're going to talk about that scenario and exactly what happened. Also, some more WWE news, big plans, very exciting stuff. If you guys want more videos like this, go ahead and click that subscribe button, ring that bell. Don't forget, if you click that bell, you get notified every single time a new video drops. You're definitely not going to want to miss it. I want to kick things off with WWE and their plans for WrestleMania weekend. Pictured here is Trish Stratus. WrestleVotes put out a very interesting tweet today. WrestleVotes says, I'm told WWE is looking into having additional shows throughout WrestleMania weekend, similar to that of Undertaker's One Dead Man show, live interactive shows with Steve Austin and Trish Stratus, to name a few, have been discussed. This is actually really big news, and I'm surprised WWE hasn't done this much sooner. Now Triple H is in charge. I think he understands the big picture. So this is very exciting for a lot of reasons. I've seen a lot of people talk very highly of The Undertaker doing these live interactive shows with the wrestling fans. I believe the last time he did one was during SummerSlam weekend. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe he did it for Clash at the Castle as well. But the idea, it's very simple. It's not a revolutionary idea. But when it comes to WWE Talent having the ability to do this, it makes a lot of sense for WWE. And if you're trying to build up WrestleMania weekend or SummerSlam weekend or Royal Rumble weekend, then this idea of having your legends or having your top stars be able to hold a live microphone and talk to the fans, share stories, take questions, I think it makes a lot of sense. And if you're the WWE, I think it even makes a lot more sense because of Peacock Network. These are types of things that I think a lot of people are going to want to watch. So, hey, if you buy a ticket to the event, great, you can go see it live, and then maybe WWE can air it at another time on Peacock. But the idea of Steve Austin or Trish Stratus being able to do this is really cool. And obviously, there are plenty of other talented big names that I can think of that would be great for this role. So I'm glad to see that WWE is doing something like this for WrestleMania weekend. Another story that I want to talk about is WWE planning a Australian stadium show. That's right, guys. Stephanie McMahon has been teasing this. There was a Wells Fargo TMT summit, and basically what happened was Stephanie McMahon showed up, and she talked about the new TV deal in Australia. And she says this is a place where they need to bring a stadium event. And how are we looking at that in terms of our international premium live events? How does that work in terms of our domestic strategy? How are we going to be able to maximize our opportunities there? And I think these are great questions that Stephanie McMahon is asking. I think the international stadium shows are incredible. As you guys know, I recently talked about it in a video with WWE potentially going to India for a really big show. So ultimately, I am in favor of this. And I think, it's really cool that WWE is able to do this. It's really cool to see fans are actually interested in this. And I'm glad to see that WWE has taken an international approach to their product. And, with WWE eventually wanting to take the NXT brand globally, this is a great way to set up those relationships, build that fan base in other areas. Because truth be told, WWE does have a global audience, but if you're not constantly having these big shows for those countries, it feels like they're missing out on all the fun, especially when WWE is pretty much touring the United States for the most part. Now, granted, yes, they do go to Canada sometimes. Yes, they go to the UK sometimes. But this idea that WWE can have massive stadium shows in other countries is a really big deal. And like I said, NXT Global is something to pay attention to. WWE having performance centers all around the world could be accomplished, but imagine if WWE is doing international premium live events on a yearly basis. If they are tied into the WWE PLE schedule, then I think this is a great way for WWE within the next 3 to 5 years can start introducing new talent to the company, not just the NXT talent that you see here in Florida. So I think that's a really good move by WWE. I'm glad that Stephanie McMahon is being pretty open and honest about their plans. Triple H has also been very open and honest about their strategy doing international premium live events. So this is something I totally support. I'm excited to see what the next step is. And I'm really excited to see what the turnout might be for WWE if they were to go to Australia. The last time I think they went to Australia was like the Superstar Showdown or Super Showdown or whatever it was called. It was something like that. But I just love this idea that WWE is going to keep pushing they're going to keep pushing the boundaries of where they're doing these massive shows. And obviously, if there's great turnouts and great viewership and all of these different things, and it makes sense from a business perspective, which I do believe could make a lot of sense, then I think it is going to be something that is regularly expected. I also hope that AEW is taking notes, because AEW can also do this. I think maybe not on the grand scale as WWE, but I think going international could be a big benefit for AEW's business. So the more wrestling all around the world is just overall better for the industry. And our final story of today's video is a very interesting one. We're going to be talking about an individual in WWE who has been fired for a very, very weird situation, but we're going to get into it. Quetzali Bulnes, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hopefully I am. She was basically a host of WWE on YouTube from WWE Ahura. And basically what has happened here is that she is like the ringside she's like a host, for WWE's content. She was ringside for a WWE event on October 30th. And essentially what happened was, and this came from William Beltran and Super Luchas as well. They've come out with this. There was a scary incident that angered some fans in attendance. So basically what ended up happening was she had given an unwanted and an unplanned spot to somebody who was sitting ringside, and it happens to be one of her friends. Basically, this person jumped the barricade. She kind of encouraged him to do so. Byron Saxton called security to catch him. And she kind of ordered the security not to do anything. So this is really strange. This person attempted to get into the ring. She was yelling at him. It was reported that this wrestler asked her for a shout out at the show, and then all of these different things. He wanted to give her a gift. But basically his plan was to get into the ring, declare his love for her, and steal a kiss from her regardless of her response. Totally strange. This article is probably the most absurd thing I've read in a very long time when it comes to stuff like this. But basically WWE has made the decision to fire her. She also put this out on her TikTok account where she has revealed that she's no longer with the company. For those who don't know her, I don't blame you. But ultimately, this is just such a weird story. The fact that we're even talking about it is just super strange. I'm not sure why something like this goes down, but it did. And, it just shows that WWE is not going to tolerate this type of behavior. And yeah, what a weird story. This independent wrestler, I don't know what this person was really trying to get at. Why she would even want this to happen, I'm not sure. I just don't understand it. But it is what it is. It's happened. She's gone from the company, and that's just kind of all there is to it. Very crazy, very strange. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching.